When people see an older woman moving with a straight back and quick, confident steps, they often search for a secret hidden somewhere in her rice bowl. I understand that curiosity. Here in Japan, we have many quiet examples of people who continue working, teaching, walking, gardening, and laughing long after others expect them to slow down. But if we look closely, the answer is not magic. It is rhythm. It is what she repeats when no one is watching. It is the glass of water before sunrise, the humble breakfast, the morning walk that becomes almost a prayer, the posture she keeps even while sitting, the dinner built not for excitement but for strength. Her life reminds us that vitality is rarely created by one heroic decision. It is woven, thread by thread, through ordinary mornings and ordinary meals. A long life is not built in public. It is shaped quietly in private. Before the town has fully opened its shutters, she begins. The air is still cool. The streets are wrapped in silence. The body has not yet been distracted by errands, messages, or noise. She drinks water first, not because someone on the internet told her to, not because it is fashionable, simply because the body wakes after a long night needing water. Then comes movement, steady, patient, a long walk, perhaps with brief moments of jogging and heart of the work they were designed to do. This is not a command for everyone to wake before dawn and push themselves. Some people need gentler beginnings. Some require medical guidance. Others may do better later in the day. But the principle remains the same. Move before the day steals your attention. When movement happens early, it becomes part of your identity instead of something you negotiate with yourself every evening when your energy is gone. The street itself becomes a teacher. Even 10 mindful minutes can change the tone of an entire day because your body receives a message before your mind has time to make excuses. So many people believe exercise only begins when running shoes are tied and sweat appears. After spending my entire life here in Japan, I have learned another way of thinking. The body is trained by how we sit, how we stand, how we reach, how we bow, and even how we walk from one room to another. This fitness instructor sits upright instead of collapsing into a chair like wet cloth. Her abdomen stays gently engaged. Her shoulders remain relaxed. Her head does not fall forward like a tired flower. Even while at home, she sometimes rises onto the balls of her feet for a few moments, helping maintain balance. A person's philosophy. Her table is not crowded with luxury. It is practical, balanced, and full of or a history of falls. Tiptoe exercises may not be appropriate without guidance, but the deeper lesson is not about one specific movement. It is about attention. Your own home can become a small training hall, washing dishes, standing up from a chair, carrying groceries, climbing stairs. Each task reminds your muscles that they are still needed. A chair is not only a place to rest. It is also an opportunity to practice standing with control. A hallway is not only a passage, it is a place where balance can quietly improve. Now let us look at breakfast, because the first meal often reveals a person's philosophy. Her table is not crowded with luxury. It is practical, balanced, and full of life. There may be natto beside yogurt salad, a little lean ham, and traditional Japanese pickles. Some people wrinkle their noses when they see natto with its sticky threads and strong aroma, but many Japanese families have enjoyed it for generations. Made from fermented soybeans, it provides plant protein, vitamin K, minerals, and other compounds that recently reminds us that small, nourishing choices matter. The greater lesson is balance. Protein to support muscles, vegetables for fiber and color, digestion, or a long life. It simply reminds us that small, nourishing choices matter. The greater lesson is balance. Protein to support muscles, vegetables for fiber and color, fermented foods for variety. Enough food to begin the day feeling before noon. You're not weighed down. Breakfast is not a sweet indulgence. It is the foundation the body stands on for the rest of the day. It does not need to be fashionable. It needs to be practical, repeatable, and honest about what your body truly needs seeds before noon. Yogurt on the same table may surprise those who imagine Japanese breakfasts as nothing more than rice, fish, and miso soup. But a good home kitchen is not a museum. It grows and changes with time. Yogurt can provide calcium, phosphorus, B vitamins, magnesium, potassium, and depending on the variety, live cultures that may support digestive health. Beside it, a small salad brings freshness and fiber. Traditional rice bran pickles, known as nukazuke, add another layer of flavor and texture. These vegetables are fermented in a bed of rice bran and may contain beneficial lactic acid bacteria. However, they can also be high in sodium, which is why moderation matters. This is one of the quiet lessons traditional Japanese cooking teaches us. Healthy does not mean unlimited. A small serving can offer great value without becoming excess. The plate reminds us that pleasure and restraint can exist together. In many old Japanese kitchens, the smallest dishes often carried the greatest wisdom. Worked, rise from the floor, climb stairs, carry groceries, open heavy doors, and recover when illness or injury visits. Breakfast may include natto, alongside a small serving of lean ham. Dinner might bring fish, tofu, beans, chicken, or other traditional sources of protein. The variety matters. Fish provides complete protein, and in many varieties, beneficial omega-3 fats associated with heart and brain health. Tofu is a gentle plant-based source of complete protein and may also contribute calcium or iron, depending on how it is prepared. Chicken can be another excellent option, although of complete protein, and may also contribute calcium or iron, depending on how it is prepared. Chicken can be another excellent option, although darker meat with skin is naturally higher in fat than lean cuts. The lesson is not to worship one particular food. It is to provide your body with enough building material day after day so it always has something to repair itself with. As we age, muscle often disappears quietly. You rarely notice it happening. Movement encourages muscle to stay. Protein gives it a reason to remain. Summit Day often brings another surprise. Her lunch may be remarkably simple, perhaps only a banana and a small fermented milk drink. For one healthy person with one particular lifestyle. Perhaps it is. For someone who is underweight, highly active, diabetic, pregnant, or managing illness, it may not be appropriate at all. That is why copying another person's routine without understanding your own body is never wise. The greater lesson lies elsewhere. A heavy lunch often leaves people sleepy, sluggish, and nutrition throughout the day is still balanced. Bananas provide potassium and dietary fiber. Fermented milk drinks may contain probiotic cultures, although some varieties also contain added sugar. Wisdom begins when imitation becomes understanding. Fuzz as evening arrives. Dinner becomes the strongest meal of the day. The table is built with purpose. Grilled fish, chicken, rice, tofu, spinach, kimchi, natto, fresh salad, miso soup, beans, perhaps even a few pickled scallions. Notice how thoughtfully everything fits together. Protein comes from several different sources. Rice provides steady energy. Vegetables contribute vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Comes from several different sources. Rice provides steady energy. Vegetables contribute vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Fermented foods add depth and variety. It is not one enormous serving dominating the plate. It is a collection of smaller dishes working together. That is something I have always admired about traditional Japanese meals. They encourage you to slow down. Each dish asks for attention, and when you eat more slowly, you often discover you need less food than you first imagined. Some miso soup is more than a bowl of soup. It carries warmth, memory, and tradition. Made from fermented soybean paste, miso offers rich flavor along with amino acids and minerals. Depending on how it is prepared, some beneficial microbes may survive while others may not. Even so, it remains a nourishing part of a balanced meal. Kimchi, although Korean in origin, has found a welcome place on many Japanese tables as well. When unpasteurized, it may contain beneficial bacteria along with vegetables and spices. However, both kimchi kimchi and miso can be high in sodium. For people living with high blood pressure, kidney disease, or other medical conditions, moderation is important, and professional medical advice should always come first. This is another beautiful lesson from traditional cooking. Even good things deserve balance. Fermentation is not magic. It is put. Perhaps the greatest lesson this remarkable woman teaches us has very little to do with any single food. Many people search for one miracle ingredient, one secret vegetable, one magical breakfast. Life rarely works that way. Health is shaped by many different influences: sleep, movement, breakfast. Life rarely works that way. Health is shaped by many different influences: sleep, movement, stress, relationships, purpose, medical care, genetics. Food matters deeply, but it is only one thread in a much larger fabric. This is why I never encourage anyone to chase perfection. Instead, I encourage consistency. If walking in there, if sitting a little taller feels possible, practice it. Small doors often lead to very large rooms. Kind advice respects individual circumstances. Not everyone begins from the same place, and that is perfectly all right. And again, that is why old-fashioned discipline often succeeds where excitement fails. Excitement burns brightly for a little taller. Movement supports balance. Nutritious food supports resilience. Protein helps preserve muscle. Vegetables nourish the body. Fermented foods may support digestive health. None of these offers a guarantee, but together they create a kinder place for the body to grow older. The lesson is both protein, moderate portions, again and again and again. That is why old-fashioned discipline often succeeds where excitement fails. Excitement burns one habit. Make it small enough that you can repeat it. Place your walking shoes by the door. Add tofu. Don't try to change your entire life tomorrow morning. Choose one habit. Make it small enough that you can repeat it. Place your walking shoes by the door. Add tofu to your soup. Replace one sugary snack with yogurt and fruit. Stand during a phone call. Climb one extra flight of stairs. Go to bed a little earlier. The body listens far less to promises than it does to patterns. What you repeat eventually. We are still capable of taking one more walk, preparing one nourishing meal, or standing just a little taller. Movement supports balance. Nutritious food supports resilience. Protein helps preserve muscle. Vegetables nourish the body. Fermented foods may support digestive health. None of these offers a guarantee, but together they create a kinder place for the body to grow older. The lesson is both still capable of taking one more walk, preparing one nourishing meal, or standing just a little taller. Movement supports balance. Nutritious food supports resilience. Protein helps preserve muscle. Vegetables nourish the body. Fermented foods may support digestive health. None of these offers a guarantee, but together they create a kinder place for the body to grow older. The lesson is both simple and demanding. Live today in a way your future self will quietly thank you for. Pour the water, open the door, walk a little farther, sit a little taller, chew a little slower, chew a little slower. Fill your plate with color, because longevity is not measured only by the number of years we live. It is measured by the strength with which we greet each new morning. And if tomorrow you begin again, even imperfectly, you are already practicing the quiet art she has been teaching